Hello, guys. Welcome to the podcast where your friends discuss about the global events in context to India. So we have with us our regular Nimish with us. Hi, Nimish. How are you? After a long time,
Hi.
right?
After a long time, yeah, I hope our viewers they missed us.
Forgive us. Yeah,
Yeah, because we missed a lot of important topics. So let's hope to cover a few in this episode.
exactly. Yeah. So why we took so much time to make this episode was I think I was traveling the whole of March, mostly majority of March, and after that it's all very hectic work schedule and other things. So I think that's why, and I think all our schedules got uh, choked up. So it's a good thing. We'll start again
Yeah, I think we were all busy.
as regular.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So where did you go, Nikhil? You traveled the entire
Yeah.
month of March. Wow.
So
Which places did you cover?
not the entire month. For at least 20 I was traveling. You can see from my looks that I've got tonsured. So actually I went to Tirupati for my daughter's mundan, which is
Ah,
tonsuring of hair. Yeah, so I also I also got the tonsured. And
nice.
yeah, and I thought that this Tirupati thing is a whole thing in itself. You have to book the slots 3 months before the scheduled time, and the ticket also is it's very hard to get. So yeah, no, it's yeah, ticket is I think basically I think 200 rupees. No, sorry, 300 rupees ticket. But yeah, even the special entry darshan which we have availed generally takes I think 5 to 6 hours. But we were lucky. We got the darshan in around 3 hours only. So it
Getting
was
darshan in 3 hours is lucky, yeah.
it's lucky.
That's
Yeah.
right. Is there a VIP queue? I suppose there must be a VIP queue as well.
VIP, yeah, I think VIP, not exactly VIP per se, but I think some you have to do some donation to this and you'll get permanent access. And I think some 10,000 rupees puja you have to do for, then also you will get quick access and that kind of thing is there. But actually, I was planning for the whole family, my family and my wife's family. We were planning the whole family to attend, but we didn't go the tickets. Actually, we are planning for January, but we didn't got. Then February, then also we didn't got. Then we said, okay, let's try to book at least two tickets. So yeah, so this time we booked two tickets and two tickets we got. So yeah, the whole planning change and yeah,
So only you and your wife
you and your wife
could go.
and my daughter, yeah. uh, went to Tirupati. So after Tirupati, we thought that anyway we are going in the south of India, so let's try to make a trip out of it. So yeah, so I visited the sorry, eastern coast of Tamil Nadu. So the whole eastern belt is I think covered. Mainly the temples and the when you hear about South India, you hear about temples, right? The gopurams, tall gopurams. Yeah, that all the temples I visited. So
Did you visit Meenakshi temple?
yeah,
Or yeah, nice.
I went first from Tirupati to Chennai. In Chennai, there was our relatives' place we stayed, and after that we went to Rameshwaram. From Rameshwaram to Madurai, Madurai to Trichy, Trichy to Tanjavur, and in Tanjavur and the surrounding area, there's a Chola architecture, the Great Living Chola temples,
Oh,
the three. I think Brihadeshwar temple you must know, but there are other three temples. So these are the World Heritage sites.
nice.
So we visited that, and after that, Meenakshi Amman temple was there in Madurai, and after that the Kanchipuram and Mahabalipuram. So the whole axis of the eastern
Wow,
Tamil Nadu is covered.
that sounds like a fun trip. So
Yeah.
these Chola temples, these are like more than 15 centuries old, I guess. Third,
Yeah,
fourth
no, no,
century,
no, 12 centuries old, 1200 years old.
1200 years old.
Hmm.
Eighth
800,
century
huh? Yeah, 8th
AD.
century.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, nice, nice. Which was the main highlight of the entire trip? Which place did you like the most?
I like this Rameshwaram and this Tanjavur. Uh, Temple is majestic. The Bridgeshwar temple at Tanjavur is majestic. We went in the evening and we saw a temple in the light, and we saw the temple glowing up after that. So
Ah,
that was the very good highlight.
is it also very crowded like Tirupati, or
No, no, no,
you don't have
no,
to
no,
pre-book
no, no, no.
tickets? And
I think
yeah,
nah, you don't have to book the tickets.
yeah. I
It's
think
very good.
Tirupati is the busiest temple in India, I
Yeah,
guess. It's
yeah.
yeah,
Tirupati is very easy, and Tirupati is also the richest temple in India.
yeah, yeah.
There's too much people, too many people, too many. I think when we visited the temple, the CM of that state, Telangana state, sorry, Andhra Pradesh state, came to visit the Tirupati the temple itself. So there was a lot of chaos, and I think because of that, our darshan time was only 3 hours.
But that's
Maybe we
surprising.
got
I would
lucky.
assume
Yeah.
that because of such a visit, the darshan time would become
Yeah,
even
but
longer
yeah,
because
yeah,
of all the chaos.
if we if they decide to put the public on the road and the devotees can't enter the temple, then there will be
Ah,
huge rush. There will be they are trying to get everyone inside. So it's I think that must be it.
right, right. Nice. So you got lucky. Uh, yeah. I haven't been to Tirupati, but yeah, this trip sounds like a fun trip. The Eastern Tamil Nadu trip. You can just
Similarly.
enjoy the coast and also cover a lot of temples and
All the
historical places.
I've covered all the historical, religious, and the main cultural places, the temples and everything. The majority focus was in temples only.
Hmm. Any any non-religious historical site on that
The
coast that you can?
Mahabalipuram is a World Heritage Site, but that too is somewhat religious to the religion, like Mahabharata and stuff.
But is it a temple or something
No, no,
else?
no. It's not temple. It's a architectural complex, like the monuments.
From the Cholas period or
I think this dates back to Pallavas, I think.
hmm. So earlier,
Pallavas.
I guess, earlier than Cholas.
Pallavas are, I think, later. I don't remember exactly.
I don't know the century as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Cholas are in the southern region, like the Madurai and Tanjavur, that kind of area. The northern region, the Kanchipuram and this kind of region, I think they were controlled by Pallavas. So that must be it.
And you
The
didn't cover Kerala at all? You didn't see any place there? Because you have
no,
already
no,
seen
no.
everything there. Yeah.
No, yeah, I also, I too have seen some places. I have seen, I think, half of Kerala, but my wife has not even visited a single place in Kerala.
Not a
Even though she
single
visit,
place?
no, no, no. A single place means she have visited her hometown and around that place, not faraway places like the Kerala, which is famous for this tourist place, right? That have not
Yeah.
that she has not
Well,
seen.
next trip to Kerala, I guess.
So, well, have you been to south of India?
I have been to some places in Tamil Nadu, Ooty and
Oh, yeah, Ooty.
uh,
I think that
I
west
think the
side.
name, yeah,
Kunur,
Kurg,
Kunur, Kurg.
Kunur. Kurg is
Kurg
in
is
Kannada, Karnataka.
Karnataka.
So I have
Ooty,
visited, I think
Kunur.
Kunur,
Uh,
yeah, but I don't remember if I visited Kunur or Kurg though. But I've been to Kurg for sure, I think. So that's in Karnataka. So I've been to many places
Karnataka.
in Karnataka when I was in Bangalore. Uh,
Hmm.
I think I went to Wayanad in Kerala,
Wayanad is
but
Kerala.
again,
Yeah.
I'm forgetting if I visited or I just made plans to visit. But yeah. But I still have to cover a lot of ground there, so I haven't been to a lot of places there. I think I've been to some places in Andhra Pradesh on the Eastern Ghats for trekking and hiking, those kind of
Andhra
things.
Pradesh,
Yeah, Andhra Pradesh, like the Eastern Ghats.
Eastern Ghats. Okay, okay, okay. That okay.
Yeah, but not these famous religious sites like Tirupati.
Hmm.
And yeah, still have to visit a lot of
Yeah,
places.
exactly. So I heard that you were also traveling in this month, like last week,
Yes, yes. So last week here in the UK, it's Easter week.
Easter
Uh,
week.
for
Okay. So
Good Friday,
you had whole week holiday?
so it's mostly no, for most people it's Good Friday and Monday, Easter Monday and Good Friday, so a long weekend. So
Okay,
many
long
people
weekend.
just
Yeah.
take the entire week off after that. So yeah, I also took the entire week off, and yeah, me and my girlfriend we visited Wales in the UK.
Wales, I think no, northern part, right?
No, that's Scotland. This is
That's Scotland,
western part of the UK. So it's
western part of the UK. Okay.
on the west of England.
Okay.
It's beautiful, and we also got lucky with weather. Normally in April it's still very cold and windy and cloudy, so you may not enjoy the sightseeing activities. But we got lucky with weather. And it was sunny and warm, and it's perfect. It's quite a beautiful country. So it's a country,
Yeah,
like
yeah, countryside, like
yeah.
the village side, right?
Yeah, the countryside, but also Wales
Countryside.
itself is a country because, like, it's considered a country. Like England is a country, Wales is a country. They have their own language, Welsh,
Welsh,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
completely different from English. Like, it's a Celtic
Mm.
language, and they don't even share the same roots, I think. English is Germanic and Welsh is Celtic. So it's completely unintelligible. You can't understand Welsh if you speak English and the other way around.
So that day, do they speak English there in the Wales?
They speak English, but they are also trying to keep their language alive. So they
Alive, yeah.
promote Welsh as well. You see, everything is in both the languages. All the road signs and markings and everything, they have both Welsh and English. They also teach Welsh in schools. So they're trying to keep it alive. Uh, yeah, but we didn't, I think we maybe heard one or two people speaking Welsh there. Otherwise, in our interactions, everybody was speaking English. So we didn't really get to hear proper native Welsh speaker. I think we saw a few kids speaking Welsh, but yeah, uh, to me it sounded very similar to Dutch for some reason. Dutch is also not a Celtic language; it's also a Germanic language, a different family, but it sounded like that. Same kind of,
Tone.
uh, yeah, same sounds, tones, and everything. Yeah, but I think it's a different language altogether. So it was fun.
How was the trip? It's good. How was the
Yeah,
landscapes?
yeah, quite good. So the lot of coastal places, like a rugged coasts, like coastal terrain with cliffs and everything. So very rugged.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the
Yeah,
case for most of southern England and Wales.
Southern
It's
England.
very
Yeah.
very rugged and yeah, beautiful cliffs from where you can have panoramic sea view
Mm.
from top of the uh, of these cliffs. So quite nice, and also multiple national parks in Wales. So not just coastal places, but also hilly, mountainous terrain inside.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
got it.
if you go far from the coast, it's also hilly and mountainous, so you can do trekking and drive through those mountains and beautiful road trip
You
had.
drove there or?
Yeah, I drove there. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, it was a really nice trip. Um, Scotland is supposed to be even better, so maybe
Yeah,
we'll
Scott.
plan something for
You
Scotland
you
in the
you have not
summer.
been to Scotland?
No, I haven't been to Scotland yet. Yeah, but Scotland can only be is only fun in summer. If you visit in winter
Oh,
or even in
yeah, yeah, yeah.
spring, the weather is too cold and
But
too rainy.
when is the summer in UK?
Should start shortly, maybe in May. Yeah, in a few
Yeah,
weeks.
May.
But
Okay.
you never know. Like this British weather is, yeah, it's very unpredictable. And
Mm.
yeah, no, usually May to August, these four
Mm.
months are good. Yeah, but even in these months, there are weeks which are very wet and very
Yeah,
windy. Yeah, so it's hard to make plans before a long
yeah,
period because you never know
exactly.
what the weather would be after 4 weeks. And yeah, so we have to make last minute plans normally if you want to visit all these places.
But these places, the Wales and Scotland are not that far away from where you're currently staying, right? How much?
Yeah, not that far away. Wales was like 4 hours drive from my place. Yeah, so not that far. Um, Scotland is farther. Scotland driving would be at least like the tip of Scotland, the northern tip would be at least 10-15 hours from here.
Okay,
10 hours for sure, I think.
that's far.
Because of the hilly mountainous terrain as well, then driving becomes a bit slower there. Um, but yeah, Wales is not that far. Northern Ireland is a different island altogether, so you have to fly there.
Yeah. No, Northern Ireland. Yeah, exactly. Cool, cool. So yeah, uh, uh, good view and good company.
Yeah, completely agree. Yeah.
So yeah, guys. So Nimish, after the last time we met, I think many groundbreaking events took place around the world, and one such event is the U.S. bombing Iran and killing its supreme leader Ali Khamenei. So yeah, let's dive into our topic. Let's. The war is, I think, currently in a stalemate kind of. So yeah, let's briefly discuss the overalls, and then we'll get into the topic. So yeah, the war began on February 28 when the U.S. and Iran launched massive strikes called naming Epic Fury and Roaring Lion. Uh, these strikes targeted the Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and other top military and political officials. So after the killing, there was a temporary paralysis in the Iran. But after that, the IRCG, the IRGC, the Iranian Iranian guards, yeah, took control of the military wing and are currently doing uh, quite good, as you can say, with the limited resources they have. So this last year we also saw the similar attack, right? When the US attacked the nuclear facility of Iran with the bunker buster bomb. So after that, there was talks going on with the, I think, International Atomic Agency also was in the loop and for this nuclear enrichment facility. But this talks are going nowhere, and I think the U.S. and Israel were thinking that Iran was only talking. Iran was only doing this facade of talking so that they can enrich the uranium behind our back and make weapons grade uranium. So yeah, that was the, I think, and also the, I think in January there was some widespread protest against the government in Iran, right? And the Iranian government killed many protesters. So the U.S. Took that in its stride and attacked the Iran. So yeah, that's the kind of, and currently the war is, I think there's a ceasefire brokered by, I think, Pakistan, and the ceasefire talks between the Iran and the US, I think, was still made because Iran wanted something which US couldn't give it, and US wanted something which Iran couldn't give it. Right now, there is a blockade, blockade by the US. So at the peak of the war, when the Strait of the Hormuz was closed, 20 million barrels per oil, 20 million barrels of oil per day was disrupted. So 20 million barrels of oil were not reaching the market. So yeah, the oil also peaked 120, 120 per barrel, and many nations took that hit. But in India, there was no rise in price. So I will come back to the India point later. But yeah, the same for I think the fertilizer exports, the helium exports, and I think various LPG exports were closure of Strait of Hormuz. So, Nimish, what's your
Uh, yeah, too many things have happened
take?
since our last episode, so a lot of different points to cover. I think first off, I think both Israel and US miscalculated Iranian capabilities.
Hmm.
I think US assumed that once they kill the supreme leader and they destroy the navy, Iran would be completely paralyzed. Maybe they hoped that the local people in Iran would come out on the streets and topple the regime and put somebody else in charge and do all of that. But yeah, so I think that was their hope. And all of was completely, all of these things were completely miscalculated, if you ask me. Um, I think Iran was ready for such a, not ready as in they knew when this is going to happen, but ready strategically for such an attack from Israel
Hmm.
or the US. A strategy where if the top leadership gets wiped out, how to handle that situation. I think they had this mosaic strategy in place where once the top leadership dies, there is no one in charge, there is no central command. All the different wings of IRGC and different regiments of different armed groups would operate independently, and they would have their own sort of commander who is following the predetermined instructions that Ayatollah may have given them. So they already had some pre
Hmm.
determined instructions to follow in case of these kind of a situation. So I think maybe US and Israel underestimated this strategy. They thought this would not pan out, but so even after the killing of all the top leaders, Iran continued attacking with drones and even missiles and
Yeah,
ballistic
ballistic
missiles.
missiles. Hmm.
They continued attacking. After, so there was maybe some uh, paralysis in the beginning, but then they regrouped themselves and then they continued the attack on the all the Gulf countries and even Israel and so on. I think this was all not anticipated by the US, I think especially. Maybe Israel was ready for this. Israel knew that Iran is not a weak enemy. Iran will have processes and strategies in place for situations like this, but US maybe underestimated. So yeah, I think they were surprised. They were taken by surprise by the Iranian resilience. Um, the second thing I would say is, yeah, again, US assumed that once Iranian Navy is destroyed, and I think they made sure Iran, all the big ships of
Hmm.
Iranian Navy is destroyed. So they're all destroyed, but and they thought once the Navy is gone, they won't be able to control the Strait of Hormuz. They won't be able to blockade
Hmm.
the strait. But you don't need big vessels to
Yeah,
block a strait. You just
exactly.
need small, fast boats with cheap mines to block the strait. Blocking is very easy. You don't really have to fight directly
Exactly.
in a face-to-face combat with American warships. You just use some cheap boats and cheap mines to block it.
cheap boats, mines, drones.
Drones, you can even use drones. Yeah, that's what Iran did. I'm surprised US was not ready for this.
Exactly. I think their drone game is even stronger than India's drone game,
No,
right?
their drone game is stronger than the US drone game because this Shahed drone, I think
Yeah,
US took inspiration from that drone and designed its
exactly,
own drone after that.
exactly.
So their drone
Yeah,
game is even stronger than the US drone.
exactly. I even saw that they copied the same side drone, right? And
Yeah, they made sort of a replica, which is
replica,
very cheap and
very cheap.
works
Exactly.
exactly the same way. So they copied that. So yeah, Iran's drone game and Iran's strategic resilience and depth, I think, is quite good. The US is realizing that now after 45 days of war.
Exactly. And I think if we come to about the India angle, so uh, in this zone, like the Gulf Cooperation and Iran and the Middle East area, a lot of our expats reside there. A lot of our Indian origin people. So Indian government has launched Operation Sindhu, I think. They have evacuated people as the airspace was closed. They were evacuated people from the land via the northern Armenia, Azerbaijan route. That route. Uh, and so the major talking point in India is the energy pain, right? The LPG crisis, the petrol crisis. So I think the petrol prices have not increased per se in the at least in the government, like the government supplied petroleum like IOCL, BPCL, and others. And the LPG crisis was the real crisis because that's where it hit the common most people, and because of this PM Ujjwala scheme, our base has increased a lot. Our base, which utilizes the LPG cylinders, have increased a lot. So yeah, that kind of hurt us, and I think the government, even government couldn't control the prices. The prices were increased, right? And but because we don't produce enough, so we have to import this LPG. So this kind of crisis, I think in the earlier period also, we tried to think strategically about this power. I think 80% of our imports came from that area. No,
Most,
80% of, yeah. If we if a large quantity of our large bulk of our imports are dependent on that area, and we are not even a player there, so it's a very strategic mistake, I think, from our part. And yeah, we did some rice for oil barter with Iran and that kind of thing, but that was very minor to make a dent in this grand scheme of things.
yeah, I don't think
And also,
we managed to get a lot of ships pass through the strait for us, right? I think a few ships arrived in India after the war broke out, but those were the ships that already left the strait
yeah.
before
Hmm, hmm.
the war broke out. So I think maybe a couple of ships only were allowed to pass.
Yeah, I think LPG ships. I think some after this whole crisis, there was some uh, allowances of LPG ships
Yeah,
to India, but that also was not.
yeah,
There's still crisis
yeah,
going on at some scale. It's not very large scale, but still it's not normal till.
yeah. But I wouldn't say we are not a player in in this area because we are strategically close to all the countries there, so all the Middle Eastern countries and Iran as well. So we have relations with them. So we are
No,
strategically involved
not
in that sense.
not strategic player in this war. what I'm trying to
In
say.
the war, yeah, in the war, of course not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We don't want to
Because
get involved. Yeah,
no, but because if 80% of our LPG imports are get stuck in this Strait of Hormuz, so but we have to think that even if we're not the player in the war, we need to have some influence so that I think these kind of things don't happen.
but we did, right. We tried to stay in touch with Iran, and I think one of our foreign secretaries or somebody went to the Iran embassy in Delhi after the supreme
Mm,
leader was killed, and he signed the book of remembrance book of for the
yeah,
supreme
yeah,
leader.
yeah,
And all
yeah.
that.
But
So
I think that was also controversy that India not at the highest level didn't condemn the killing of Ali Khamenei, even though Iran wasn't alive. Uh, uh,
but
so
again, Iran was attacking all our allies like Saudi and UAE. These are also our allies in the Middle East.
yeah,
So
but Iran attacked the GCC countries after the killing of it was there was so that is kind of understand.
yeah, yeah. But I think just a few days before the war broke out, Modi was in Israel, and he was, yeah, he seemed to be very close to Netanyahu as well.
Exactly.
I think it's very hard for us to pick a side and take a stand in this situation. We have to just
Mm,
try to see what's best for us and try to manage the situation
exactly.
for our interests. That's all we can do. So for us, the priority was to just get our LPG ships
Mm.
passing from the Strait of Hormuz and not really get involved in taking a geopolitical stand.
I think
But I think,
in the future we need to diversify our supply.
yeah, exactly. I think reliance on any one geographical region is, yeah, that's too dangerous. But it's not just India, which is reliant on this
Yeah,
part of the world. All the
everyone,
Asian countries, like most of the Asian countries, are reliant for their energy on Middle East, even China.
even
But China
China.
managed to keep their flow running.
Yeah, exactly. China is, I think, very resilient.
Yeah.
Very, very resilient.
Nobody can touch China that easily.
Either it's very resilient, or even if some problem has occurred, it has not come to the fore. Right?
No, but they managed to handle the
Yeah,
situation, right? They
they
managed
managed to
to,
get the supply, and they
yeah,
also they are diversified. They play the strategic game. They are the
yeah,
Russians with
yeah. So I think they are on, yeah, in their own league. We are
their
not
own
even
league. Exactly.
in the same league altogether. So, but other countries like Japan, South Korea, like smaller countries, they were all impacted by this. They're still somehow just managing the situation, and yeah, I think some of the countries, including Sri Lanka, Philippines, and maybe Thailand,
Thailand, Vietnam.
yeah, they declared 4-day work weeks.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So they
There was,
try to,
yeah, I think there was rationing of oil and rationing of, yeah, it was, yeah, India was not that majorly impacted in that sense. Petrol was still available and LPG. I think the PNG gas is still very, very much we can manage, but the LPG issue is still very persistent. And
what's the difference? So we have PNG reserves ourselves. That's
yeah,
all.
yeah. I think 50% of our PNG reserve we produce domestically. Only 50% we import, and the LPG I think 80% we are import.
How about CNG? It's the same as PNG basically, is it? Or it's also
CNG,
natural gas like PNG?
yeah, compressed natural gas and pipe natural gas.
Yeah, maybe it's the same thing. Yeah. And LPG is petroleum gas, so it's
Yeah,
different, I
LPG
guess.
is liquefied by petroleum gas. Uh, So yeah, I think the government also issued a circular that if you're not willing to convert from LPG to PNG, you will not get the LPG supply. Yeah,
To whom? To the restaurants and like
consumers. No,
commercial.
no, 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 no. To consumers.
But like that will take months, years, no? Like,
No, no, but yeah, but all the PNG supplying companies are in the war mode uh, to accept the customer to I think lay the infrastructure behind this. Let's say suppose a society wants PNG canal expansion, so they already laid some network of pipe. You only need connection. So that earlier took some days, and they are now fast tracking it to I think 1 or 2 days only. So yeah, that's good thing.
nice. I think we are making some good use of the crisis,
Yeah,
silver
exactly,
lining in the crisis,
exactly.
and yeah, it makes sense to convert to like move to PNG if we have PNG reserves, right? So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
good. I was also hoping that maybe people would move to electric induction cooking, but I think that's expensive. It's not that easy to switch to induction-based cooking.
Yeah, expensive also. Some I think yeah, majority of things can be cooked in the, but some I think some things will not be
Yeah, like
cooked.
chapati and those
Yeah,
things
yeah,
can't be
yeah,
cooked
those
in
things.
induction. Yeah, but yeah, you can survive at least, right?
Yeah, yeah, you can survive at least. Here we have a PNG, so there was no problem. But in the Vapi at my parents' home there was a LPG. So early there was some issue. So right now it's going smooth. So let's see. We have also applied for the PNG connection. So
Nice.
let's see. What about your
Yeah,
mother's place?
my mom just got a new cylinder just before the war broke out. So
Yeah. So yeah, she.
I think she has at least 3, 4 months of a reserve, a gas reserve for herself. And my sister's place is has PNG. So
PNG, yeah, exactly. So when I went to Tamil Nadu for my trip, there was also some disruption. Many items were not available due to the gas issue, LPG issue. So yeah,
like food items in restaurants, you mean?
yeah, exactly. Especially restaurants, because the government was prioritizing consumer before the commercial applicant. So yeah, that's fair. But yeah, there was disruption, and still I think some places there are still disruptions going on. Not at that scale, but still it's going.
And I think the situation will become even worse with this US blockade of
Yeah,
the Iranian ports.
but
Do we get our LPG from Iran or the other countries
no, no. I think
that we supply?
LPG. I think Qatar. I think Qatar
Qatar.
supplies LPG.
So maybe if the US blockade is effective, then they will be able to um, start the supply from the other countries in the strait, basically, and they will just block the Iranian supply to the
Yeah.
world. So maybe that can ease up the situation a bit.
Mm.
But there's a big if. The blockade
Big
has to
if,
be
yeah,
effective.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't the thought process behind this blockade. I don't understand. If you want Iranian export bl- bl- blockade, then I understand. What is the state of Hormuz blockade? How can this affect the war? Right?
No, no, I think they want to block Iranian exports
Iran.
and let the other exports flow. So
Yeah. Okay.
ease up the supply from other countries, like start the supply from the other countries, and just block the Iranian supply selectively.
Mm,
And this will put pressure on the Iranian economy as well, right? If they are not
mm,
able to export their oil, then that will also uh, maybe force them back to the negotiating table. So that's the idea. And many experts are saying that this is a better way of putting pressure on Iran. If this blockade is not that violent and it is effective, then it's a good way of putting pressure on Iran than just carpet bombing their cities or doing all of that.
Mm.
So, yeah. What I don't know is how easy it is for US to sweep mines in the Strait of Hormuz, because I think they decommissioned their last minesweeper I think a few months ago,
Mm.
like just before the war broke out. So there are special vessels to sweep the mines,
Yeah,
and they decommissioned the last one, so they don't have any minesweepers. And if they use other vessels to sweep the mine, maybe they know like it's possible to do that. But uh, even if they manage to clean the strait of all the mines, how difficult is it for Iran to again mine the strait? Like
mm.
they're using small boats and mines are cheap. So yeah, yeah, the blockade has to be really foolproof to make sure there are no mines in the
Exactly,
strait. Even if one vessel blows up, nobody will be willing to go through the strait again,
exactly. Yeah,
right? So it has to be foolproof. So these vessels, this oil and all these ships are
mm.
really expensive and really so the companies won't be willing to just risk
Exactly.
their vessels if the strait is not fully opened. Uh, so yeah, I think too many unknowns with this blockade approach. Uh, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, and so after this, I think the Pakistan mediated a ceasefire, right? What do you think about that? And
Was
why
it
has
Pakistan mediated
yeah
or
Pakistan?
Pakistan was just mediating the talks? They were just
Yeah, no, but yeah, Pakistan mediated because Donald Trump himself tweeted the names of the Pakistani PM and the
okay.
army chief.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was mediated. Yeah, mediated means yeah they were mediating both the parties, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So
But
yeah, so you can say
I think if Pakistan can manage to bring peace to this world, I am all in support of Pakistan.
exactly. But yeah, they after that negotiation was failed, and right now there's a blockade of Strait of Hormuz. So what do you think India could have played the role which Pakistan have played in this war? Do you
We
think
should
that
not, I think. We should not.
you should?
I think, no, we should not. I think Trump got himself into this mess. I think we should not help him get out of this mess. I think we should, it's his problem and it's his problem to solve. I don't think, first of all, because of the history of Operation Sindoor as well, where Trump claimed all these
Hmm.
things. So, yeah, I don't think we should get involved with his adventures and try to help him or support him in his mediations and all.
I think the same question was asked to our foreign minister, and he also replied the same fashion that we are not I think a broker country. We don't do for some
Broker country.
MFAs and MFAs
Yeah.
and that kind of.
Again, if Pakistan would jump at any opportunity of limelight, they would want to be relevant, and if
Mm.
they can get some quid pro quo from US in the future,
Exactly.
they would
I
definitely.
think I think there is some I think the Pakistan as was already making actually that Trump is very transactional in his relationship, right? So the Pakistani government yeah saw that thing early, and then they've I think lobbying very hard with Trump, especially after this whole Operation Sindoor issue. And but I think there was some cryptocurrency issue, right? That supporting the Trump's family. I think some coins.
Yeah, some, yeah, quid pro quo kind of a thing was
Maximum,
happening. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, so I think let Pakistan do all this brokering. I think we should not get
Yeah,
involved.
exactly. And
Yeah,
we can't get into this small kind of keep stuff.
yeah, and this was totally US's
Yeah, it was.
misadventure, and
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
their problem to solve. And I think they are really Trump is desperate. I think because I think he's now bored with the entire thing. He wants to get out of this as soon as possible, but he just can't now. Like it's just not very easy to get out because of the Strait of Hormuz. So he's bored and he wants some exit ramp. We should not provide him an exit ramp. And I think Iran also wants US to pay for this misadventure. So let Iran negotiate in a tough way. And I was not hopeful for the first round of talks for sure. I knew it that would
Yeah,
fall
exactly.
through. Yes, you can't just negotiate like in one round of negotiation, you can't end this war that easily. And Iran, I think Iran had a very good point that US, after the negotiation fell through, Iran, I think, said that US wanted to achieve everything through negotiations that it could not achieve with the war. Right? So Iran, US could not achieve those
Yeah,
objectives with the
exactly.
war. Why would
Ex-
Iran now just
Yeah,
give all those
you almost in a platter.
objectives? Yeah, in on a platter. So Iran will not do that. Yeah, I think I don't see an easy, quick end to this unless Trump just no, unless I think the Strait of Hormuz opens up again, this can't end. This can't
Hmm,
end. Trump can't just declare victory when the Strait of Hormuz is closed. So opening up the strait is the only way where Trump can claim any sort of victory and just end the situation, exit the situation. Yeah.
exactly. And what about the N word? Like the N word, nuclear word. Trump
Yeah.
was saying that the civilization will be destroyed and that kind of
Everybody knows by now
thing.
Trump's tactics and how he approaches all these negotiations. He tries to act tough, but he always chickens out at the end. So everybody knows that by now. So I think his negotiation style is very well known and not very effective anymore. Um, yeah, I think yeah.
But
In the beginning, US said that's the goal of the entire operation, that we want to prevent Iran from getting a
Iran from
nuclear weapon. But that goal kept changing. At some point, it became regime change thing,
regime
and
change,
some
yeah,
point it
exactly.
became saving Israel from Iran thing, and it just keeps changing. At some point, it's about the protesters there, like the people of Iran wants this. That's why we are delivering them this democracy and whatnot. So I think even US is not US
Exactly.
was never sure what the goal is. And I think history has shown us that if you don't have an end goal, yeah, you'll never be able to end the war because
Yeah,
you just don't have the
exactly.
end goal, right? So
Exactly,
when will
exactly.
you be done? You don't know when you will be done, right? And things can just escalate and de-escalate, and all these changes keep happening, and you just don't know when to end. And yeah, I think US is in that situation right now because that nuclear goal, if US couldn't achieve this after 45 days of war, I don't think Iran has any desperation to hand over all the nuclear pile
Exactly, exactly.
right away without anything in return, right? So yeah, I think Iran may also want the war to end because its
Yeah,
economy is
yeah,
suffering
exactly.
maybe, and they may also want some stability, but it's not desperate to hand over its nuclear pile.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Trump keeps saying that Iran doesn't have any cards. I think Trump doesn't have any cards anymore. Like, what else can Trump do to hand twist Iran now, right?
Exactly. He
So
can keep bombing it, but that's not the
yeah, I think the Iranian regime is okay with. I think they would still not hand over the nuclear pile.
and yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, even if you keep bombing the regime, if anything, that will increase the support of the regime, and that will increase the support. general support from the
exactly.
populace for keeping the nuclear pile in the country if they just keep bombing Iran. So yeah, it's, and also this approach of just killing the top leadership and hoping that the regime will topple will also, we have seen that that didn't work. So even if you keep killing the military leaders,
Exactly,
and there's a
exactly.
big hierarchy below these leaders, right? Somebody else will just replace the leader. Yeah, that's what we also keep saying with all the terror
Will come.
organizations around the world. If you
Exactly.
kill the leader, there's some other crazy guy ready to take over the organization. So you can't just uh, yeah, destroy an organization from the top. So that's so yeah. The N word, I think US will keep using the N word again and again in every negotiation, but won't get anything.
Yeah. So right now
Yeah,
the war is in a
anything from Iran
stalemate position,
for
right?
that.
It's stalemate. So yeah, let's see. Let's wait and watch what
Yeah,
happens.
it's a
It's still
stalemate.
ongoing.
Yeah,
So yeah, let's. In these times of gloom, there's some happy news from not Earth, from far away from Earth, from the space. Yeah. So the Artemis 2 mission, right? The Artemis 2 is the I think humanity's first return to the moon. I think not to the moon, to the vicinity of the moon after I think more than 50 years, right? After I think more than 50 years, and the NASA has successfully completed the mission,
hmm.
and all the astronauts are there. It's a very good achievement, right? Very, I think, stepping stone towards the future base and all the things that the Artemis missions aims to aims to. No, no,
So they
yeah.
have
Uh,
the base
I was
also planned in the in this mission.
going to this mission statement. So the Artemis 1 was uncrewed, right? Without crew. The Artemis 2 is with crew. So what their objective was? The objective was to uh, test the human, what do you say? What do you say? The life support, communication system, navigation system, with the humans inside the probe. How are these functioning? Like how radiation affects the probe. No, not the probe. No, the best. The I think the structure. How, because our Earth's magnetic field protects us, right, from the radiation. So how the radiation, how the I think isolation from I think we have gone to moon I think 50 years back. So yeah, things change, isolation, etc. So yeah, they have tested they have tested the crew's ability. So how does the crew performs in this situations and that kind of thing. So yeah, this is Artemis 2 and Artemis 3. I think it is around 2027, 27, 28. So they'll land on the moon. Artemis 3 is landing
No,
on
that's
moon.
Artemis 4,
Artemis
no?
4 is for
Or
the
is it
base
Artemis
at South
3?
Pole. Uh, and they will use the water from the South Pole for all the functions which are required for the human survival. Chandrayaan discovery, yeah, exactly.
Which
So yeah,
Chandrayaan discovered, right? Yeah.
uh,
I didn't know Artemis 4. I thought Artemis 4 was the landing. Artemis
yeah.
4 was set up like setting
Artemis
up a
3
base
is
there
was landing,
in on the south
just
pole of the
landing.
moon. That's
First human
very
to land
ambitious.
in, but South Pole, where the base will be
Yeah,
and it will also utilize the I think
South Pole.
SpaceX
Yeah.
Starship.
Hmm.
Think some human landing something human landing system.
Hmm.
And from 4 and onward. There'll be a base on the moon, and then
Right.
from onwards there, they're also trying to put like the international space station kind of a thing on the moon's orbit, so that in the future, if we want to go to Mars, we don't have to land at
Mm.
the moon. We have to just go to that moon's space station, and then we can do other. Yeah,
Ah,
so strategic.
that's interesting. Yeah. Um, yeah, many like there is in general public discourse, people are asking what's the need for this mission Artemis 2? You're just going there and coming back, and this was done 50 years ago. So you technologically you are not really achieving anything. And even scientifically, like if you want to collect data from moon, you can just send an unmanned probe and do all of that. So why send people? Why risk their lives for this mission? But I think, yeah, I think it's still, first of all, I think the space community believed that we have lost the ability to go to the moon. So we knew how to do that in 1960s and 70s, but then because of change in priorities and everything, we have never tried that again. So we just don't know how to do that. So even just from technology point of view, just getting that know-how back and going to the moon safely again with current technology is also a technological feat, I think.
Hmm.
Uh, and we can do it in a much safer way than what we did in 60s and 70s. Technologically, again, we are doing the same thing, but
Yeah,
completely
exactly.
differently with current technology. So it's a different experiment, different challenge altogether.
Inspiration.
And second thing I
Exactly.
think is just inspirational, no? Imagine a kid today seeing people flying by the moon and
Inspiration and
it'll
progress,
inspire the next
right?
generation of astronauts,
The
next
when
generation
you
of
want to
space
do when
enthusiasts.
you want to go to, I think, Mars or any other
Yeah.
place, you have to you can't directly go to Mars, right? This is kind of a what do you say in I think test for that future stepping stone for that future. So you have to see the whole picture, not only.
But yeah, I think again people would argue that why
Yeah,
do we want to go to Mars? Like there are enough problems to solve on Earth first. Let's focus on our resources in solving
mm,
those
mm,
problems, then spending too many resources just trying to get to Mars. But again, I think we
exactly.
are already spending
Mm, mm,
resources for wars and all these nonsensical
exactly.
activities.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
in my book, spending resources on space exploration is a good investment. And some of these technological advancements that we make
Absolutely.
for these space explorations, they actually contribute to other kinds of applications. And uh, NASA contributed a lot of technological advances for daily,
and
technological usage.
and also humans
So yeah,
philosophically, not
it's a
philosophically,
win-win.
humans are an explorer by heart, right? We ex I think we come from a very small herd or that kind of thing from the, I think, the Africa, which is the cradle of humanity, and from that we explored all over the places, and we have mapped the whole world, and right now we are going. So this is, I think, somewhat not in a philosophical sense. We're trying to find answers about who we are and what we are in this cosmos. So this is a small step in that direction. Interplanetary spacefaring civil.
Yeah, I think we are now trying to be interplanetary civilization. So far, yeah, so far we are just within. We have been to the moon, but still
Exactly.
we have limited ourselves to the Earth. Now we are trying to, yeah, be
Yeah, exactly.
interplanetary. Um, yeah, nothing wrong in exploration, I would say, and good things come out of exploration. But there is also a chance,
Yeah,
there is a
there is.
risk of human like loss of life in this experiment. We have to make sure we are not losing people in this exploration, and we are making things 100% safe when we are doing this. because you can always explore other planets and other country, even interstellar, not
Yeah,
interstellar, but you can explore other planets with unmanned
mm,
probes as well. You don't really need manned missions as such for scientific discoveries. So yeah, we're sending people up there. So there has to be a strong reason for it, and
exactly.
it has
So
to
yeah, I
be
was
absolutely safe.
going. I was looking at the what other countries are trying to do in this space, right? So the China is one answer. The China is currently the most formidable opponent to not opponent competitor to the Artemis program, and they are also deploying and deploying the resources and I think timely in a very war footing basis. So by I think 2030, China also wants to put their astronaut like they call taikonauts by I think 2030. So it's a very big deal on the moon. Yeah, they're going to land their people
On the
on
moon?
the moon by 20. The hard the spaceships and all the uh, life support, mission support, and other things are already in place. I think because they also have their own space station, right? Yeah, they also so they have somewhat they have very good experience in this matter, and like the International Space Station is a cooperation between various countries, right? The Russians do I think some other thing, and so the China has their own space station, so they have I think comprehensively they know what all the components like all the instrument they know how to do it. So yeah, that's kind of a very good thing, and it will definitely help in this the
Yeah. I think this
yeah
rivalry between China
well,
and US is triggering the space race version 2. Like
exactly
the Soviet and US
yeah
rivalry was the space race version 1. And good things came out of that rivalry.
exactly.
So
Rivalry is
hopefully
always
this
a good
rivalry
thing, right?
will bear some
In
fruits
sports and
and
in
come
life,
out of it.
always a good, healthy. It's
Yeah. As long as
yeah,
it's yeah.
yeah.
It's a healthy rivalry, yeah. It can become
Mm.
unhealthy as well, but yeah. But this looks like
And
a
I think
healthy
our
rivalry, right? All the countries are
yeah,
trying to
and I think India is also doing its part.
be the
India is
first.
also, I think, the Gaganyaan mission is trying to send our people to the space at least. So we have also plans for the moons, but I think that's very far in the future. I think in the 30s, 30s and 40s. Maybe if we
Yeah.
like you can say that the progress will take place in a very linear fashion. Like it can also be exponential. You can't know, right? Yeah, but the timeline can
But
be
we'll have to
compressed, right?
follow all the
The
steps. Like
timeline
we can't
can be compressed.
just do a manned mission on the moon. First, I think we need a yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
hmm,
But I think first our
yes, yes,
focus
agree.
is just manned space mission, just the manned space flight, right? Just maybe to International Space Station or yeah, some space flight. I think that is our
Yeah,
first
exactly.
focus.
No,
Once we do
no,
that,
how was
we will
important?
develop a lot of know-how after that. And then we can, yeah, then we can
Hmm.
use that for more complex missions after that. Because we tried to land um, some of our unmanned landings on the moon also were risky and
Yeah,
failed. So landing people on the moon
it's very true.
seems far off for us a
Hmm.
bit.
But
At least
but the
at
AI
least
is
8, 10 years out in the future.
it's a boon in this regard, right? yeah, the NASA is also using AI in like the AI is
Yeah,
very. I think
absolutely.
AI is very like the made for this kind of thing, right? Their decision making, even without like they know all the components,
Yeah.
they know all the data, they can immediately make decisions which human sitting in the like there was a time difference. So
But even if AI is not deployed for decision making in the spacecraft or anything like that, but just the use of AI to accelerate all
mm,
the activities involved in these missions, like this software building and everything involved, all the simulation models. So that will become quicker with the help of AI. So AI will definitely compress the project timelines a bit. Hopefully, ISRO is adopting these new technologies in their missions already, because ISRO is
mm,
infamous for being a bit outdated in when it comes to technology. I know that firsthand because I know that ISRO is, when it comes to electronics, a lot of electronics that ISRO
yeah,
uses
they want
is
to
all
level it.
very old, very outdated because they want reliability. They don't want to
Mm,
experiment too much. But you have to also experiment a bit, right? Like NASA also
mm,
wants reliability, but they also experiment with new stuff. So I think we are a bit outdated in that sense. So using AI tools for software and all of that, I don't know if ISRO is okay with those
yeah.
things yet.
So yeah, Nimish,
To be seen. Yeah.
uh, yeah, let's close this topic. And what about our goals? How are you progressing on the goals? I think your I think your pen ultimate goal is
Goals,
going very smoothly.
I think
Ultimate goal. When
not penultimate, the ultimate goal, the main goal. Yeah, yeah, the main goal is going smoothly. I am spending
okay.
time with my girlfriend on weekends, and yeah, that's going well. I think maybe that is also impacting other goals a bit. But I would take that. I would be happy with that impact any day. Yeah. Uh, I think now the weather is changing. Summer is, yeah, is around the corner. Once days become long
Mhm.
here, you have more time to do activities. So maybe I'll start swimming and cycling and those goals that I had. Book reading, not happening at all. Last year I read like maybe 12, 15 books. This year, not even half a book. So it's already April. So I'm really, yeah, behind on that goal.
Fair.
Um, no other goals. No progress on another or on any other goal.
Things improve.
So yeah, hopefully by our next call things would have improved. Yeah, but
Uh,
yeah. How
the
about you?
the health
What are your
related
goals?
goals, right? The push up and that kind of thing is it, when I was traveling, I skipped those because I couldn't do push-ups and all. But slowly and steadily, I'm getting back on track. So yeah, it's good. And I think book reading is also currently. I try to read book, but I think it's I have not have fallen back. So yeah, and I think no,
Did you drive
yeah. I
to
took it,
this or when you went to this you took train or normally this kind of travel is a good
but
opportunity
Nimish,
for
I have a
reading
small
because
child.
you are sitting in a train for a long
Yeah,
time and you just read
exactly.
something with a kid. Yeah, with a kid it's not. Yeah, I
I
understand.
brought
Yeah.
two books with me. I have not even opened it. You
Yeah,
have
no,
to
I understand. It's tough with
yeah,
kids,
you have to
especially when you're traveling.
take care of them because
It's
yeah,
new
they are all
for,
already roaming here and
yeah,
there.
yeah, it's Yeah, and it's new for them as well. So sometimes some health issue will pop up or something else will pop up.
Exactly,
So I think
exactly.
it's yeah,
Yeah,
you'll
and
be
I think
constantly
I've
looking
also
after
made
them.
travel plans, right? So one of the travel plans is I think I achieved national trip is achieved, and one international. Let's
Ah,
see.
national trip is done. Yeah. Uh,
Maybe let's see. Not
in
summer per se.
summer,
I think
maybe international.
let's see. Actually, I have taken so much leave that I'll not get any more leave. Maybe let's see about this whole geopolitical situation. After that, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You can't go to Middle
I was
East.
planning
You
to
covered
do
Dubai. Yeah, you have
the
covered
Southeast
Dubai
Asia,
already.
like the
But
Vietnam or that kind of
yeah, there are
thing.
other
But
places
let's
also.
see what happens. Vietnam is cheap and the flights are also cheap. Yeah,
Yeah.
travel
So at
goals.
least you
Yeah,
have
halfway there.
covered 50% of your goals.
Exactly, exactly.
Halfway there. Yeah.
So yeah,
And
tennis.
how about your
Yeah, yeah, I'm playing tennis regularly, and
tennis? What are you
I'm.
playing tennis
I think
regularly?
I made progress. I think I'm playing since 1 year and 3 months. I bought my first racket in the January of 2020. So I think I'm making steady progress. It's you can say. I mean, yeah. I play regularly. I try to
And
play
you're playing
at least half an
regularly
hour
with
or
your friends?
1 hour daily. Sometimes I don't, but yeah,
Nice. And
yeah. I
are you also
participated
participating in
earlier, but
tournaments
right now
like
there's
here now?
no
Or
tournament as such, local tournaments. So as and when they come, I'll try to.
yes, Nikhil, I think you
What
are
what
doing better
what are
on
your
your goals
chess
than me.
opening
Yeah,
strategy?
looks like that.
Are you playing chess? Are you playing?
Oh yeah. No, so I read a few. I am playing chess because I'm active with the club. So every
But do
couple of weeks
you
there is some
in between
match
matches
and
do you
I'm
play?
I'm playing chess.
Do you practice like?
Um, no, I'm not finding time for that.
Hmm.
I was hoping to not play, but read some theory and improve my opening strategies and do all of that. But I think I read maybe, yeah, for 3 or 4 hours, some
Can
opening
you
strategies, but
can you read and
not
can
really,
you read and
yeah,
can you read some
not
opening
really
strategies
making
and apply
progress
the
as
same?
I
Is
wanted.
it very theoretical in that sense, or does the opponent's move matter?
So when you prepare an opening completely thoroughly, like then it doesn't matter, at least for the first
Okay,
8, 6, 8, 10 moves, you know all the
okay.
variations. That's what it means to really thoroughly prepare an opening. And if they deviate from known lines,
Mm.
then you just have a strategic idea of how to exploit. So if they're deviating, it means that they're making inferior moves. If those moves were good, they would be part of the opening preparation. So if they are not making those moves,
I
they're
think I
making
think
inferior moves,
first
then
6 to 8 moves. I
you have to
think
exploit those moves
that
basically.
will be I think major
And
that there's too much probability. Yeah.
yeah,
So that,
yeah, first eight is already quite a big number. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Even at the grandmaster level, there are surprises within 7 moves sometimes. Yeah. So it's no, it's yeah, 7, 8 moves is already a big space. But even if you don't understand all the lines or remember all the tricks and all the pitfalls and all of that, you just have to, I think, understand the long-term strategy, like where your pieces belong. So for me right now, the goal is not to memorize all the lines and exploit all of that. I just want to understand for this opening. where do my pieces
Mm.
belong? Where should I put my knight? Where should I try to put my knight? Where should I get my bishop to and all of that? Sometimes in some openings, it's well known that one of your bishops is a bad bishop because of the pawn structure and everything. Your bishop will
Mm.
always be attacking its own pieces. It will be blocked by its own pawn. So maybe you should try to
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
exchange your bishop with the opponent's bishop or opponent's knight or something like that. So all those kind of ideas. Like in this
Mm.
opening, I should try to get rid of this bishop. And should
Okay.
try to put my bishop here and do all of that. I'm right now just in that phase, learning all of those strategies. Yeah.
Time.
But even that requires a lot of time and practice. Yeah. Let's see how, like, if I make good progress, like my eventual goal, like my North Star is to maybe get some titles, like some kind of national master or some kind of a master eventually. I think I am 400 points, 400 rating points away from that. So I'm 1750. Around 2150, 2200, there is some chance
Mm.
of getting some master level title
Big.
if you get there. But it's a big gap.
Oh,
Like
four to
400
five years.
points is it may require 4 or 5 years of constant
Ah,
practice to
yeah.
like at this age when you are not
Mm.
like maybe if you're young then maybe you will
Yeah.
pick up things quickly and maybe if I devote 12 hours to chess
Mm.
maybe in
Fair.
2 years it's possible but at this age we have other priorities and then it will take 4 or 5 years to get there yeah but I'm not yeah even if in 4 or 5 years I get there that's a success that will be a win but I'm not hopeful at
Exactly.
the pace that I am making
And
progress right
also,
now. I'm not hopeful
before
to get there.
closing, have you read anything or have you watched anything interesting in this week or in this month? Also, last.
Mm, I no, I don't. I watched this
Yeah, heard about it.
Oscar-winning
I heard about.
documentary called The Elephant Whisperers. It's a it's a story of a couple in Tamil Nadu in one elephant sanctuary. They adopt a baby elephant who gets separated from its herd. And normally, if a baby gets separated from
Mm.
its herd, it's almost guaranteed that it will die. And I think many attempts from the forest departments and all of these, they try to make sure it survives somehow, but mostly baby elephants die. Um, but this couple, they adopted an elephant, a baby elephant, and they really raised it as their own kid, and it survived and thrived. And yeah, so there's a story of that journey. And they eventually also
Okay.
adopt another baby elephant, and also that's also
Interesting.
happy, survive. They survived and it's thriving and so on. So it's quite a nice emotional emotional documentary and just yeah, it's just a wholesome,
Heart touching.
uh,
Yeah. Wholesome.
a warm, heart-touching
Good, good, good.
documentary. Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah,
How about you?
yeah, that I was.
Have you
I
watched
watched
Durandar 2 already?
yesterday. No, not yesterday.
I
Sunday.
haven't.
This Sunday. Last Sunday. It was okay. Yeah. It was
Ah, okay.
good.
How was it? I haven't watched it yet.
People are going. Yeah.
It was
People
okay.
do
I
all
think
kind
people
of
are going crazy over it, no? People are just
because I watched so many Hollywood and
yeah,
so many Bollywood movies that nothing excites much. Only few only I think one or two movies I have
yeah.
seen in the last 5 to 10 years that excite me.
Hmm. Yeah. I think same for
Overexposed.
me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing excites.
Yeah. We are
Exactly.
overexposed to a lot
Have
of
you have
movies
you watched
now and
the Project Hail?
nothing excites anymore. Yeah. Um, but what,
I think it's a Project Hail Mary science fiction.
It rings a bell.
Read the book. It's very good.
Hmm.
One of the best science fiction. It's based on that.
Hmm. Nice. Then the last thing
Yeah,
that really impressed me was the series called Dark, a German series.
Netflix. Yeah, it's also on time. Yeah,
Dark. It's on
theme
time.
is time. Yeah, exactly.
It's on
Mm.
Netflix. But the theme is
Some
time.
loop, right? Some loop and all.
Yeah, time travel and yeah, it's
Mm. Complex. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's a loop and
Mind.
it's really really very
Have
complex.
you like
But that was
very
really
well made, right?
mind blowing. Like I have not seen anything
The
like that.
same
It
thing
was very well
I
made.
can say is I watched Drishyam 2, the original Malayalam version. That kind of because you can't even at the
Mm.
till the end you can't even imagine. Oh, this can happen. The original one, the Malayalam one I'm talking about. That
Yeah.
was no.
Have you also watched the Hindi one?
Uh,
And can you, no? Yeah, I don't think that's as good as the original one.
no,
Have you
I
watched
watched
the
the original
original
Drishyam in
Drishyam
Malayalam,
in like
not
the original Drishyam and the Hindi Drishyam, the first part? Yeah, not the Hindi. Yeah, I think the first Drishyam in Hindi was also good, but I'm sure the original would be better than the Hindi version for sure. But Drishyam 2 in Hindi
okay.
was not as good as the first Drishyam, I would say, in Hindi. The
in
first Drishyam
in
was good.
Malayalam, I think I have suggested many
Yeah.
people to watch. I think it was during the pandemic time, 2021. So that it directly came to the Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
So we watched that also OTT only, and it blew my mind. Like very few movies actually
Yeah. Yeah.
made me feel like that, and it's one of those movies. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I should have watched the
Always,
original one.
always
There's
for
not
the
much of the
original.
Hindi version, I guess. Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
yesterday I was watching uh, in YouTube there was some recommendation like the recommendation of open courseware like the Chinese history of Chinese dynasty. So I got intrigued and clicked on the video, and then I thought, why am I watching Chinese history? Do I know my history? Do I know Indian history? So I tried to search the Indian history. So and in there I got into that rabbit hole of some I think UC Berkeley's professor has a lecture series. So I was actually I've read some books during my UPSC preparation days. So I know some basic history, but it's refreshing to hear from some professor teaching. So I watched I think like 4 to 5 lectures. So yeah, one thing interesting what I've
Mm.
learned is there is no word for religion in Indian languages. The word for religion is dharma, like dharma, and in this traditional sense, like the religion sense, it's not a one-to-one comparison, right? Yeah, it's not one-to-one comparison. Dharma means righteousness,
It's not religion.
means
Yeah.
principles, that kind of thing. So in all the Indian
Yeah.
languages, the
Right.
Vedic systems, there's no word for religion as such. Religion, like the Christianity is a religion, Islam is a religion. So there's no word for religion as such. In
Yeah. Is that because we have always been polytheistic culture? Like religion, sort of different parts of religion would even make sense if you have like a monotheistic view. Like this is this God and this is that God. But for us,
same, yeah,
every path is the same. Like it's all
because
religious. Yeah, everything is religious. That
from
is,
our ancient text till now, we are not Hinduism is not a religion as such, right? It's a way of life. It's a cultural amalgamation of all
Yeah,
the oral recitings and all the epics and all.
yeah. I mean, we do have the concept of God, and we do also have the concept of all the rituals and all of that to
But
appease the god, or
Nimish,
like
that's
we have
also
all of that,
the
but we
what do
still,
you like? I'm not been that deep, but to me, what they are calling the rituals, like what they're calling, that may be a social or societal uh, ways to do some cultural act, to say homage to the fire. So that does not mean it's religion. It means it's culture. Are you getting it? It's a cultural. It's a religio cultural.
mm, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I think a lot of our activities and festivities are actually cultural. Like say Holi, like Holi is, it's not really
Cultural story. It's
for
tagged. It's tagged to a
a
god,
god. It's a
but
cultural story like of this Hiranyakashipu and all of that. Yeah, yeah, but there's a cultural story around it, and we're just celebrating that cultural story and that, yeah, that part of our culture. So yeah,
hmm,
it's a lot of rituals and a lot of activities,
that
but
kind
all
of
mostly
felt
cultural
interesting
and
to
not
me.
religious. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, that's yeah, that's interesting indeed.
Open
Interestingly, I
Coursera.
also got that recommendation of the Chinese history YouTube video on my. Yeah, yeah, I also got the recommendation. I was almost tempted to click on it, but it was 11 p.m. at night, so I didn't.
Similar to
But
everybody.
yeah, yeah. So maybe we have similar YouTube watching
Yeah.
activities, or maybe because we both watch
Exactly,
podcasts, that's why
exactly.
YouTube
We are
thinks
at the level of open
we
courseware.
have similar interests. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Nice.
let's close our talk. Let's close
Right,
our
Nikhil?
this episode.
Yes, it was a fun episode, and I hope we will
Exactly.
get back on our routine
Yeah,
ritual of
it's up to
weekly
us. Yeah, yeah,
episodes.
yeah. Exactly, exactly.
I think it's up to us. I think you are the driver here.
Sure,
So
sure, sure. Exactly, exactly. Yeah,
if you are
I'll
available,
do
then
my
it will
best.
happen. If you're not available, it won't
So,
happen. So it's up
guys,
to you,
bye
Nikhil.
bye. Good night. See you next.
Right?